Hey YouTube, how's it going today? Well, in this video I want to go over SUNDIAL growers again. They've come out with some news today and they are making one heck of a chart pattern, so I do want to go over their chart, and then after that I also have some other nice looking stock charts that I want to show you of some stocks that could potentially be going up in the very near future. If you're new to my channel, I like to trade and invest in typically lower price stocks, so if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any future trading or investing ideas. But please remember, I am not a financial advisor, so do all of your own research before buying any of these stocks. All right, well, I'm going to jump right into this news article first, and this article says that SUNDIAL Growers Incorporated and SAF Group today announced they have entered into an agreement to form a 50-50 joint venture through a new corporation called Sunstream Bancorp Incorporated. It also says the joint venture will leverage a strategic, financial, and operational partnership to generate an enhanced risk-return opportunity in the cannabis industry to provide exposure to a portfolio of attractive debt, equity, and hybrid investments. The joint venture will focus on cannabis-related verticals seeking both Canadian and international opportunities and investments. The joint venture's first mandate is the formation of a special opportunities fund with commitments from third-party limited partners alongside an initial commitment from SUNDIAL of $100 million. The joint venture expects to pursue additional potential mandates, including a Canadian SPAC and other investments. Now, the article also says, following early success with our internal capital investment program, we are pleased to announce this new partnership with SAF as we continue to identify innovative ways to deliver on our commitment to shareholder value creation, said Zach George, the CEO for SUNDIAL. Sunstream will enable SUNDIAL to remain focused on our core operations while leveraging the strength of SAF's private equity and credit investment expertise on a global scale. We look forward to working together to generate attractive returns for our stakeholders through broader capital deployment opportunities in the global cannabis market. Our joint venture with SUNDIAL is a capital-efficient way to bolster our participation in the fast-growing and attractive global cannabis industry, says Ryan Dunfield, the CEO of SAF Group. This long-term partnership aligns us with a premier cannabis licensed producer while bringing financial benefits to our investors. So this is yet another investment firm that realizes the potential of this growth in this industry, and they've negotiated a slice of it for their investors. All right, well, let's take a look at the charts now. This is the daily chart of SUNDIAL Growers, ticker symbol SNDL. We can see that it is up pretty decently on the day as I am doing this video. The market is still going on, so it's going to bounce around just a little bit. Right now, it's up roughly 14%, but the most important part in this chart is it's breaking through this resistance area that it was having trouble with for the last few days. Now, when it bounced off this 50-period simple moving average and reversed and got back above this white line, this 8-period exponential moving average, and started to consolidate sideways, this is the setup that I love to see from this false breakdown and then this rounded bottom. But the next thing you need to see is a breakout through this resistance area, and that's what we are getting right now. I talked about this one last week, and I went in depth about the 15-minute chart, so let's take a look at that real quick. And this is what I was looking at. You know, obviously you had the huge move up, and then it had started to trade off, and then it came down, made this false breakdown, jumped right back into the consolidation, and started the right side of that rounded bottom formation. And if we zoom in a little bit, this is the level that it needed to get through right around, I believe it was about $1.48, maybe $1.50 or so. And so it broke through that resistance area, came back down and touched it, and now it jumped right back above that 8-period exponential moving average, and that's when I jumped on board this stock. So hopefully we start getting some more follow through to the upside. Let's go back to the daily chart real quick. But you can see that it is moving up and is moving up on higher than average volumes. That shows you that volume is coming back into that stock. And SUNDIAL Growers is also a very popular stock, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if this thing went on another nice run. This has been a very big pullback, so I would expect some more consolidation. I wouldn't expect it to jump right back up to $4 super quick, but you never know with this stock because it is a popular stock. I would expect it to consolidate sideways a little bit more and then start moving up. This kind of reminds me of a bunch of other stocks in the market. Let's take a look at Mara. It kind of reminds me of Mara, but there's been a bunch of stocks that have been making this same type of pattern. And if we go back in time, I'll show you what I am looking at. Let's back the chart out a little bit. But this is basically what Sundial Growers is doing right now. Had the massive run up, got way ahead of itself, so it had to pull back. Now it's doing that rounded bottom. You got that false breakdown right here, and it's starting to break out. Now this breakout kind of failed, and it needed to go sideways just a little bit longer. After you have a huge run up like this, there's a lot of people that are trapped right up here. So if this stock gets anywhere near that, they're probably, some of them, if they're not long-term holders, they're going to look to get out as close to break even as they can. So a little bit of a pullback right here would be totally expected. But what I expect this stock to do from here, especially if the market remains strong, if the market crashes, then obviously it's going to take a lot of stuff down with it. But if the market remains relatively strong and it continues in an uptrend, I would expect this stock to start moving forward just like Mara and a lot of other stocks did. Now Mara kind of took off pretty fast. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if Sundial Growers took off this fast as well. But that's what I would expect, like this pullback, then you get this nice rounded bottom, and then you get that second move up. So this is what I'm kind of expecting in Sundial Growers. I don't expect it to go to, $28 a share and beyond, but I do expect it to have a pretty decent size move up. Definitely seeing double digits in the next couple of months or so, especially if the market remains strong and especially if the cannabis stocks remain strong. All right, well, let's jump into some other nice-looking charts I think have a great chance of being higher in the near future. The first one I want to talk about is Rave Restaurant Group, ticker symbol RAVE, and I have talked about this one numerous times on the YouTube channel, and this one is starting to break out higher. Had that nice false break below that 50-period simple moving average, and now it is starting to blast off. So what I would want to see right now is a little bit of a consolidation and hold above that 8-period exponential moving average. I would not want to see a immediate reversal like this. So if it jumps up and starts to go sideways a little bit, makes a little bit of a bullish flag or a bullish triangle formation, and the 8-period exponential moving average, this white line, catches up to it, that would be what I would want to see before I enter this stock. I don't want something that's I've already moved all the way up and has the potential to come crashing right back down. I want to see some strength. I want to see a lack of sellers. And being that there has been several moves up that have failed, usually when you get a move after a couple of failures, all the sellers could be gone out of that stock. So what I want to see, again, is a nice consolidation, a nice sideways move until this white line catches up. And then I would be interested in jumping on Rave to try to catch that next move up. Another one I want to talk about is one I've talked about on this channel before. It's RWLK. And we can see RWLK is looking very similar to Sundial Growers. Now, I don't like this one as much as I like Sundials, but you never know. This one has been very strong, so this one could explode higher as well. But again, what I would like to see in RWLK, Rewalk Robotics, is a consolidation up here. It's breaking above this recent resistance area. I would like to have seen it gone sideways just a little bit longer, but the market is getting stronger. So, I mean, RWLK could obviously continue higher. So, actually, as far as right now, it probably is in a decent buy zone, but I would like to see a little bit more follow through on RWLK just because I like Sundial Growers a little bit better. But RWLK is definitely one that's worth keeping on your watch list if it consolidates at these levels, and that 8-period exponential moving average gives it another boost up. All right, the next one I want to tell you about is URG. URG is making another very similar pattern. It's coming up on this resistance area right around $1.35 to about $1.40 or so. It touched that earlier and moved back, but if it continues to get strong into the close, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if URG busts through $1.40 in the next couple of days or so. This one has been showing a lot of strength. You got a lot of volume coming into it, so it could certainly get going anytime in the next couple of days. And it's only $1.29 a share right now, so this thing could really get moving when it wants to. But the next one I want to show you is CTXR. CTXR has also been on the channel before, I do believe, and it's making another pattern that's very similar to Sundial growers. You're starting to see a bunch of these patterns in the market, and that kind of tells me that the market is going to continue to remain strong. You know, it could always have a reversal. But we had this turnaround from about a week or so ago. The market bounced up on a lot of these stocks, and they have continued to consolidate at these higher levels, and now they are breaking out. So there hasn't been a ton of sellers coming in, or at least not as much as you would think after a huge run-up like this. But CTXR is definitely one that I am very interested in. I might even grab a piece of this before the day closes, but certainly I'm going to look into this much further if it continues to consolidate at these levels, because there's definitely been a lot of strength coming into this stock in the last week or so. All right, another stock I want to talk about is one that I've had on the channel before as well. There's been a lot of these popping back up again. This one is NDRA. NDRA had a couple of failures in the last several weeks, but it had reversals right around the 50-period simple moving average, and now NDRA looks like it is ready to break out again. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if it had a little bit more resistance right around the $3 area, but you can definitely tell that momentum is starting to carry this thing higher. So a breakout above 3 I would expect in the near future, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if it did bounce back down from 3 one more time. So NDRA is one that I think is a ticking time bomb ready to explode higher. Another one I want to talk about is Beekeep. Beekeep actually is really starting to move higher. I talked about this one a couple of videos ago because it is in the oil and gas sector. So what I'd want on Beekeep is for a pullback. This has been a parabolic move. You don't want to be chasing that. But I do think that this move is not over yet, but I would like a pullback under 3 before I wanted to buy Beekeep, because it's just too far extended right now. But there's definitely a lot of volume coming in. And it looks like there is a lot more room to the upside once you get a decent pullback on Beekeep. Now, another one that popped up is an old-time favorite, Nordic American Tankers, ticker symbol NAT. This one was very popular several months ago when they had the oil futures actually went negative. But NAT is looking really strong right now. It had this long, drawn-out downtrend after the huge spike from that parabolic move, and now it's starting to carve out a bottom. If this thing jumps above that yellow line, that 200-period simple moving average, I am going to be very interested in the next few days or weeks, because if this thing can consolidate above that yellow line, I think Nordic American Tankers is setting up for a nice move up. And of course, they do pay a pretty decent dividend, so if they do jump above that 200-period simple moving average, you can always collect that dividend while you wait for it to go higher. Last one I want to show you is NRT. NRT is also in the oil and gas sector, and it is breaking through this consolidation today, and it's breaking through in a very strong fashion. I mean, it's breaking out on huge volume. It is a lower float stock, so I do want to tell you about that. Today it is only up on 127,000 shares, and that's more than double what it normally trades. So I know some of you guys like these lower float stocks. You just got to remember, it is a double-edged sword. They can go up on a little bit of volume, and they can also go down on only a little bit of volume. But NRT is busting through this beautiful rectangle consolidation, and looks like it is going to be headed higher. Okay, everybody, that is all I have for this video, so I'm going to end it right there. But if you have any questions or comments about any of these stocks, please leave them down there in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end, and until next time, take care, everybody.